don't know what happened. I just know Daniel ended up dead.
Sandra Griffith's son, Andrew, is the young man on the left. On the right, in green, is his best friend, Daniel Pollan. Within minutes, Daniel had been killed in this random stabbing attack.
There are many ways that the government tracks and surveys the people in society. Some ways include mobile phones, credit cards, loyalty card information, and surveillance cameras. In this clip, London is using their law enforcement as a way to survey the people. Is what they're doing right?
Hello. Sorry?
Can I ask you what you're filming, please?
The American Embassy.
Okay. Can you show me what you filmed?
I don't have to.
You don't have to, no.
No.
If I believe that you're actually filming security points for terrorism reasons, then I can arrest you for filming.
I promise you I'm not filming
It
it
doesn't
for...
matter if you promise me it or not. Don't put me on the camera. Can you show me what you're filming, please?
Do I have to show you what I'm
You do
filming?
now, sir, because I believe you may be using that for terrorist reasons. Under Section
Oh,
44,
you
I'm
must
asking
be
to search you under
joking.
Section 44 of the Terrorism Act of what you're actually filming, please.
Seriously?
Seriously, sir. You mind stop filming now while I'm speaking?
But I'm American. I can film my own
I don't
embassy.
care who you are, sir. Do you mind stop filming now, please?
There are up to 4.2 million CCTV cameras in Britain, about one for every 14 people. Dr. David Murakami Wood told BBC News that compared to other industrialized Western states, the UK was the most surveyed country.
And with tough economic times, instead of capturing video after the fact, retailers are getting more aggressive about catching thieves in the act.
What I can see here is video of a person entering the store, and in this case, the system has alerted me that this is a suspicious
Now
person.
they're doing facial recognition cameras in some stores, and I don't think those are a bad thing. I think if it can see your face and it can recognize and see, like, if you're doing something that is suspicious, I think it's okay, because if you're not doing something suspicious, you should be able to explain it. So
finally tonight, a sign of the times in Britain where Big Brother is definitely watching. In parts of the country, you can be caught on security cameras hundreds of times a day. And not only do these cameras keep an eye on you, some of them actually tell you off.
CCTV things that they do in different parts of England are actually fairly effective in that there's a voice coming from somewhere telling you this is not the way to behave. And I think just that awareness and also that attention to detail is positive in its results.
The only people that it's going to worry is somebody who's going to have something to hide. Big Brother, you know, we're going to go on about, you know, oh, this is Big Brother watching us. That night, I'm so glad Big Brother was watching something.
I think surveillance is a good thing because in countries like England, although you are watched a lot, it is helpful in prevention of crime.
I think it's a good thing because if if you have that element where you're not being watched, you kind of feel like you always have the freedom to do whatever.
Others see it as crossing a line.
Use of these cameras amounts to psychological warfare. We will watch you, we will monitor, we will control you. What sort of country have we become?
So far, no one in town has complained, but there is some unease.
It's horrible. Big brother.
The situation in London where people are being watched on the street, I strongly think that is not right, because people have the right to go outside and not be worried that people are watching them, or that if they do something bad, they're automatically going to be a suspect in something that they didn't even do.
People don't mind the cameras around because they're used to exposing themselves to great depths to people they don't know already, for the most part. And they would say, well, it's for a good cause, it's for security. So go along and do more of it, and do more of it. And so the surveillance of cameras in public places is simply the beginning of more intrusive surveillance on your computer, and whatever kinds of technologies we're going to be able to use to pick up lives, to pursue lives, to investigate into lives on ordinary day-by-day basis.
Dr. Emrys Westcott, I think, wrote really, really well about that when he argued that if we use surveillance to change people's behaviors, we are changing their thinking and their way of being in a way that's not positive. We want them to be good people. We don't want them to be people who hide and cower and only behave properly when they're being watched, which I think is what surveillance sort of fosters in a certain way.
I don't think that really happens because we've grown up with being watched, so we kind of just live with it, so it's our own person, really. I don't think it really changes much.
People need to know that they're safe and that people are watching them and knowing that nothing bad is going to happen.
The philosophical side of things, and to really consider the implications for how people are going to think and act, and the reasons that they're going to act in certain ways.
Could be good in different situations, and it's bad in different situations.
If it's in a public place, it's a good thing.
I mean, you're being watched anyway, so you can't really say that if you're being watched in a public place by a camera, it removes your privacy, because I mean, people could be there anyway watching you.
However, the fact is that most people are watched and are not directly aware of it.
But the people don't mind it as a problem until it manifests itself in some fashion where suddenly they have been shown or exposed, or some information has been used against them, and then they realize what it means to have surrendered to privacy.
Because if you're not doing something suspicious, you should be able to explain it.
You're willing to put more and more of their private lives out there into the hands of people they don't know.
Still, surveillance is a necessary thing. I just think we need to make sure that we're still focused on teaching people to do the right things for the right reasons and not just because they're being watched.
I don't think these cameras are a bad thing. I think they're just a means